Hello everyone, welcome in. Today I'm back with another video recapping the new episode of The Bachelorette, which is season 20, charity season, and we're in week 7 already. This has been the fastest season ever, I feel like. It's Fantasy Suites week, so it's a pretty big deal. They are in Fiji, and if it all goes well, this is where Charity will be getting engaged. The island is beautiful. I mean, now that's a place to get engaged. Very nice place. Now, really quickly, let's remember that the final 3 are Joey, Dotun, and Xavier. These overnights will definitely help Charity come up with some clarity into these relationships. Jessie comes over to talk to Charity. She gives him a rundown of the men. With Xavier, she feels like she needs to see that he is truly in the mind space and ready for the engagement. With Dotun, she really likes him, and she says that it even feels like it's way too good to be true. And with Joey, she feels good and she is definitely falling in love with him, but the hometowns left her wondering if he's being his true self and if she's really getting to know the real Joey. So these are all things that she's going to be finding out as the week goes on. This week, she says, will be transformational for the better. One thing I can say from the beginning, I thought this was a great set of the 3 final men. I mean, when the episode began, I could see her honestly going for any of them, but that does change as the episode goes on. So let's move on to the first man that she meets up with is Xavier. She hasn't seen him since hometown, so it's been a while. They are at the beautiful beach and they kiss. One of the islands actually is privately just for them, so that's pretty cool for the day. Then some native Fiji cultural group comes out and they give a performance. Then the 2 cultural leaders talk to Xavier and Charity, and they separate them for a little bit. They dress them up in Fiji outfits, and then they usher Charity in with a chair like if she was a queen. You know, it was giving Woman King vibes. And they essentially had like a traditional Fijian wedding rehearsal. So that was very nice. And then they did some custom, like drinking out of coconut, and they share some of their feelings during this ceremony thing. And I had never seen as much chemistry between Xavier and Charity as I saw in this date. Xavier tells Charity that she's like a delicate flower that he doesn't want to crush. But nighttime is approaching and Charity needs to know in a couple of days, will he be ready to get on one knee and propose? But then, you guys, we go back to California really quickly and we see Aaron. That was surprising. As we know, he was sent home last week, but now he's going to Fiji to tell her that he loves her. I was like, okay, now you're doing way too much because you got sent home, so move on, dude. But this date with Charity is not over. It's now the nighttime portion, dinner date, which, if you know what it is, they never eat. That's funny. But they started to talk about how awesome the day was, but she wants to get deep. Xavier says his heart is 100% in with her, but he still has some doubts by wanting to know if he checks the boxes that she wants. And she doesn't really have an answer. I mean, she just wants a genuine relationship that can keep growing. And I get what he meant by that, because like he wants to make sure that that she's all in for him so that he can be all in for her. And the waiting is what's killing him. He also says, this is where he effed up, that in the past, he was unfaithful to his ex-girlfriend. Oh Lord, why would you bring this up? This completely shocks her. Her smile completely fell off her face. She even has to walk away for a little bit. I think he should go away for being dumb enough to say that, because he never heard the phrase once a cheater, always a cheater? And that might not be the case, but that's what people will say and what they think. I was just thinking, you can say bye-bye to this journey at this point, honestly. But she makes her way back to the table and says that she wants to know 2 things. How many times did he cheat? And how long ago was this? He says it was multiple times, about 2 years ago. That's not a good sign. He tries to give some quacky explanation, but all Charity is thinking is that's what her ex-boyfriend did to her. He says that he knows it was wrong, and he questions himself, as in, if he were ever in that position, like if he was on vacation with the boys and the opportunity presented itself, what would he do? And he just kept on digging his grave bigger and bigger and deeper. She asks once again if it could ever be a possibility for it to happen again. He says, if you choose me and I choose you, no, but it will be hard. Man, oh my, I mean, I guess we can give it up to him that he was being honest, but whatever. she gets the overnight card and she's like, waving it around, and she says that she believes in him and wants this to work. She has no doubts on what she's willing to give, but she asks him if he's willing to give her everything that she needs, because she does want to believe in him that he's going to put in the work. And he says he still needs to see more to get to that point. This man. So he just admitted to being a cheater, and yet he says that he needs more from Charity to know if she's the one. Oh, hell no. She gets very frustrated, and she goes off on him and says, "No, sir, you have way too much doubt for yourself. You can't even answer simple questions. What am I supposed to do with that?" She says Charity Lawson in 2023 is going to be a little bit more selfish in her relationship, and you're not going to get the key. He says, "Okay, I'm sorry." She takes him to the truck, and he's gone. She does cry a lot. I'm glad that she didn't ignore the red flags, though, because it could have been really easy for her to just ignore it, because it did look like she was into him. This was so unexpected and unfortunate. I hoped the best for these two. They had potential, but the love story is over between them. Goodbye to Xavier. I wish him the best, and I do like the fact that he's very smart and that he's getting his PhD. Hopefully he has it by now. Okay, but let's move on to the new day. The sun is up. Charity woke up alone because the other guy left, but it's now time for her date with Joey, who she also has had concerns because of what the uncle said, but she wants to have a good day. Joey is standing in the middle of nowhere, and Charity comes in driving. Then he hops onto the ATV that she's driving, and they go, drive around, but something happened and the ATV completely stopped working. So that didn't work out, but that's not stopping them. They go walk out in the wilderness, seeing everything that's out there. They really like each other's company, and he opens up. He says, "I've really been wondering, why did you seem so upset when you said goodbye to me in hometowns?" And she says, "Well, when I met your family, the conversation with your uncle wasn't awesome. He said that you were not being the true Joey." So Joey says that he definitely felt uncomfortable because he had so much pressure of his family being there and meeting her, but it wasn't a negative thing. So it was great for them to talk and clear that up, because it does make more sense once he explains it. And then they make out under a waterfall. Then it is time for the night portion of the day. At this point, all Charity really needs with him is a continuation of what she's been seeing, because there's really no problems. And then they're starting to talk, and he says that one of the things that worries him is the idea of someone falling in love with the idea of him, but not necessarily with him as a person. She says that she feels the same way, and the conversation goes great. He says that so much weight has felt like it's been slipping off his shoulders, and y'all, for the first time this season, Charity says she's falling in love. This was huge, and it was great. She gives him the overnight key, and they proceed to go to the beautiful house that they're staying, and they definitely were feeling the love tonight. Then we see them waking up. They definitely had that glow. She even says that her love for Joey is eternal. I mean, for her to say that, that's a pretty big deal. She then says, "I'm in love with you," and that he's everything that she prayed for. But he still runs the risk of her having a better night with another man. But then they say goodbye. And then it is time for Charity to spend her last overnight with Dotun. They meet up and they go riding this little motorboat on the water. It was very fun. Then they sit on the beach and talk about their times together and how they have not really had any bad moments. It's been really nice with them. She loved his family. They're truly in the moment, and it's looking great. She's in cloud 9. Then it's the night portion. He says that he feels like he's in a fairy tale. He says a lot of great things, like saying that he's genuinely in love with her, and that it's scary how easy it is for him to say that. And she says that she's 100% in love with him too. So now I'm like, because it's great to hear that, but you can't help but think about the date that she just had before him, which was so lovely. So it does make it feel a little bit weird. But she gives him the card for them to spend the fantasy suite. I saw Charity really in love with him, and she was definitely feeling him, if you get my drift. We see them waking up. They're really good waking up. They kiss goodbye for now. And then, as you know, Charity is spending time by the pool. Aaron is making his way into the island. And he comes, and she is left in shock. She says she's not mad about it, though. But Aaron says that he's there to talk about what happened, how he left, and if she's been thinking about him. She says that she understands where he's at, and she says she doesn't know if she even made the right decision by sending him home, because it was really hard and she really liked their relationship. She steps away for a second, so it's kind of looking good for Erin, but she's really confused. She really likes Joey and Dotun, and when she eliminated Xavier, that was a good way to narrow it down to the two of them. But now that he's here, it's really confusing Charity. And that's where it ends. So we didn't see any decision being made. And we will not be seeing the decision being made next week, because next week is the men tell all. It'll be interesting. And I saw from the preview, the men are definitely going to come at Brayden. I mean, they are pouncing on that guy nonstop ever since the season started, so that's not a surprise. But we'll see what happens. But as far as this episode, I really liked it. Her connection with, I think I'm going to put my money on Joey for now, but we'll see what happens. I really don't think that Erin is going to go home with her. I mean, even though he made a bold move by going to see her in Fiji, I don't think that's there's a strong enough connection for her to risk it all with the other two. But we'll see what happens, you guys. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about the dates that she went? What do you think about the way Xavier left? What do you think about Erin making a big move? And who do you think is going to take it? Joey or Dotun? Let me know in the comments, guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. You have a great one. Bye.